Guys, this is Marin here. Welcome to Saturday's Sunday Tips. So, do you like a story? So, I'm going to read you a story from Stories Short and Sweet, written by Ruskin and is illustrated by Archana Srinivas. So, we have a lot of stories in this book, so I'm going to pick one. Which one? Let me see. Those two bears. Oh, my favorite, the coral tree. So guys, I'm going to read you the coral tree. The coral tree. The night had been hot, the rain frequent, and I had been sleeping on the veranda instead in the house. I was in my 20s, had begun to earn a living, and felt I had certain responsibilities. In short, a tonga would take me to the railway station, and from there a train would take me to the Bombay, and then a ship would take me to England. There would be work, interviews, a job, a different kind of life. So many things that this small bungalow of my grandfather's would be remembered fitfully, in rare moments of reflection. When I woke on the veranda, I saw a grey morning smelt the rain on the red earth. I remember that I had to go. A girl was standing on the veranda porch, looking at me very seriously. When I saw her sat up in the bed with a start, she was a small, dark girl, her eyes big and black, her pigtails tied up in a bright red ribbon, and she was fresh and clean like the rain and the red earth. She stood looking at me and was very serious. "Hello," I said, smiling and trying to put her at ease, but the girl was businesslike and acknowledged my greeting with a brief nod. "Can I do anything for you?" I asked, stretching my limbs. "Do you stay nearby?" With great assurance, she said, "Yes, but I can stray on my own." "You're like me," I said, and for a while forgot about being an old man of 20. "I like to be on my own, but I'm going away today." "Oh," she said, a little breathlessly. Would you care to go to England?" "I want to go everywhere," she said, "to America and Africa and Japan and Honolulu." "Maybe you will," I said. "I'm going everywhere and no one can stop me." "But what it is you want? What did you come from?" "I want some flowers, but I can't reach them," she said, waved her hand towards the garden. "That tree, see?" The coral tree stood in front of a house, surrounded by pools and water and broken fallen blossoms. The branches of the tree were thick and scarlet, pear-shaped flowers. "All right, just let me get ready." The tree was easy to climb, and I made myself comfortable on one of the lower branches, smiling down at the serious upturned face of the girl. "I'll throw them down to you," I said. I bent to a branch, but the wood was young and green, and I had to twist it several times before it snapped. "I'm not sure I ought to do this," I said as I dropped the flowering branch to the girl. "Don't worry," she said. I felt a sudden nostalgic longing of childhood and an urge to remain behind in my grandfather's house with its tangled memories and ghosts of yesteryear. But I was the only one left, and what could I do except climb tamarind or jackfruit trees? "Have you many friends?" I asked. "Oh, yes. And who's the best?" "The cook. He lets me stay in the kitchen, which is more interesting than the house. And I like to watch him cooking. And he gives me things to eat and tells me stories." "And who's your second best friend?" She inclined her head to one side and thought very hard. "I'll make you second best," she said. I sprinkled coral blossoms on her head. "That's very kind of you. I'm happy to be the second best." A tonga bell sounded at the gate, and I looked out from the tree and said, It's come for me. I had to go now. I climbed down. Will you help me with my suitcases? I asked as we walked together towards the veranda. There's no one here to help me. I am last to go, not because I want to go, but because I have to. I sat down on the cot and packed a few last things in my suitcase. All the doors of the house were locked. On my way to the station, I would leave the keys with the caretaker. I had already given instructions to the agent to try and sell the house. There was nothing more to be done. We walked in silence to the waiting Tonka, thinking and wondering about each other. The girl stood at the side of the bath on the damp earth looking at me. Thank you, I said. I hope I shall see you again. I'll see you in London, she said, or America, or Japan. I want to go everywhere. I'm sure you will, I said, and perhaps I'll come back and we'll meet again in this garden. That would be nice, wouldn't it? She nodded and smiled. We knew it was an important moment. The Tonga driver spoke to his pony, and the carriage set off down the gravel path. Rattling a little, the girl and I waved to each other. In the girl's hand was a sprig of coral blossom, and as she waved, the blossoms fell apart and danced lightly in the breeze. Goodbye, I called. Goodbye, the girl called. The ribbon had come loose from her pigtail and lay on the ground with the coral blossom. And she was fresh and clean like the rain and the red earth. So this is it. I really like the story. This is my favorite. You also have heard it. And we have a picture here given. And this is our Ruskin Bond and the girl. And he is helping the girl with the coral flower to get the coral flower. It is a good story. Ruskin Bond stories are giving you a good feel. They're short or big, but give you a good feel. So guys, hope you enjoy the story. Don't forget to subscribe and like and share. See you later guys. Bye bye.